Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yo, we're going to show you Karmelo Anthony's body camera where it's going to show the moment his life ended. Everyone is looking at that video to see who's right or wrong. I'm not watching it to look at it like that. I'm watching it as a man that served 26 years in federal prison. And I'm watching it as a man who knows what it looks like when one moment turns into decades. That camera didn't show an arrest. That camera showed the moment a young man got boxed in. Not boxed in by people, boxed in by panic, boxed in by witnesses, boxed in by cameras, boxed in by consequences, boxed in by decisions he could not take back. Karmelo, he did not wake up that morning thinking this day would end like this. He didn't wake up thinking he would be running through a schoolyard. He didn't wake up thinking people would be pointing him out. He didn't wake up thinking that the police would be chasing him. He didn't wake up thinking he would feel haunted, trapped, and out of breath. He didn't wake up thinking his future would be captured on Bodycam. But that's how life happens when emotions gets ahead of discipline. Now, let's get this party started. All right? All right. So we know what we're talking about. Let me play this video.
For the first time, we're getting a look at images and video presented in the murder trial against a convicted 19-year-old. A jury found Karmelo Anthony guilty of stabbing a student athlete to death during a high school track meet last year in Frisco. Jobin Paniker reports.
Frisco 911, what is the location of the emergency?
We're at Captain Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
For the first time, the larger public is hearing
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
And seeing what a jury had to before convicting Karmelo Anthony of murder in the death of Austin Metcalf under this Memorial High School tent. Late Friday, the 296th District Court in Collin County released most of the evidence presented at trial. The 911 calls played in court detail the struggle to keep Austin Metcalf alive. A coach testified to doing compressions. You can hear the chaos in the background.
Is he breathing? Yes, ma'am.
One witness testified it was Austin Metcalf's brother, Hunter, you mostly hear.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin.
The state's evidence shows the moments of the altercation under that tent, but not clearly. The video spotlights Karmelo Anthony's movements immediately after the stabbing. Anthony runs down the bleachers, runs toward an exit. A jog turns into a slow walk. There were student witnesses who testified to pointing out Karmelo Anthony as he left. Anthony would ultimately walk out onto the field where he's intercepted by a coach. It is there an officer makes first contact.
Remember, put your handcuffs for now, okay?
The officer's body camera footage was also released. The moment Anthony is sat down and handcuffed. This is where we hear Anthony recorded for the very first time.
This is the alleged suspect.
Prompted by the officer radioing others.
No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged.
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony's handcuffed and walked to a police vehicle. He is recorded saying this.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Whether Karmelo had remorse would come up in court. The court also released a number of photos. Some we have decided not to show because they are graphic. We can show you the multi-tool folding knife with a 3.5-inch blade used in the stabbing. It was found 9 rows up from the bottom. Also, Anthony's blue backpack where the knife was pulled from. There are also multiple photos of the memorial tent where coaches and first responders did triage on Austin Metcalf. There's a photo of blood on Karmelo Anthony's finger while he's seated in a police car. There are even the moments before the stabbing. Karmelo Anthony walking onto the stands, passing tents, and video of Austin Metcalf walking into the stadium for the very first time with friends. All moments before the stabbing that would change the lives of two families and leave one teenager dead and another convicted of murder. In Dallas, I'm Jobin Paniker.
Now, we're gonna tell you about the psychological effect of what he went through and how he felt trapped, how he felt boxed in, hunted, and that's not what he woke up for that morning, right? Now, we're gonna tell you about the jewel. You like that joint I added? All right. You don't have to plan to throw your life away. Sometimes all it takes is reacting before you think. But now, we're gonna go to the moment everything changed, right? Now, let's slow this down a bit because the world saw the footage, but I want you to talk about it. What was on the inside in his mind? Not to excuse it, not to justify it, not to disrespect the victim. A young man lost his life. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. That pain is forever. But if we don't understand the psychology of that moment, we can't teach the youth how to avoid becoming the next tragedy. After the incident happened, right? Karmelo's mind probably wasn't calm. It probably wasn't organized. It probably wasn't even thinking courtroom, sentence, judge, prison, 35 years. It was probably thinking one thing, get out. That's panic. That's the body moving before the brain can process what happened. That's when the legs start moving, but the mind is still standing still at the very scene. And that's dangerous because when your body is running and your mind is frozen, you're not in control anymore. And the jewel in that, right? Trapped in an open schoolyard. The most dangerous moment is when your body is moving faster than your judgment. That's the jewel. But like I said, we trapped in an open schoolyard, right? This is how he feels. He's trapped in an open schoolyard. I'm gonna paint a picture so you could understand from old criminal mentality that I used to have years ago. This is the part people need to understand. A schoolyard is open, but in panic, open space can feel like a cage. You got people screaming, people running, people pointing. Cameras catching everything, police coming, and now every direction feels wrong. That's how you feel, like a lion trapped. If he runs left, someone sees him. If he runs right, someone points him out. If he walks slow, he looks guilty. If he runs fast, he looks even more guilty. If he turns around, he don't know where to go. That's when panic turns into a trapped animal feeling. Not because he's an animal, but because fear can make any human being feel hunted. His breathing probably got short. His chest probably got tight. His brain probably couldn't organize a plan. Because when fear takes oxygen from the brain, thinking gets smaller. The world shrinks. The only thought left is, how do I get out of this? But the truth is, he was already in it. And once consequences surround you, there's no clean exit, right? So let me get a jewel in that, right? Now, when panic becomes the driver, every direction looks like escape, but most of them lead deeper into consequences. Now, he was feeling hunted by the moment. How would I put that, right? He was feeling hunted by the moment. Let me break that down. I want y'all to picture this. He's moving through the crowd, but the crowd is not his protection. The crowd becomes pressure. The crowd become eyes. The crowd become witnesses. The crowd becomes noise. And once everybody says, there he is, everything changes. That's a different kind of fear. Because now, you know you're not just running. You're being identified. You're being followed. You're being pointed out. You're being hunted by the moment you created. This is the part young people don't think about. You can make a decision in 5 seconds, but after that, the decision starts chasing you through the field, through the crowd, through the police report, through the courtroom, through the gate, through the rest of your life. While you're doing 35 years sitting in a state prison. This is why I saw the body cam didn't just show him running. It showed the consequences catching up in real time. Now, let's get the jewel in that. You may run from the scene, but you cannot outrun the decision that created the scene. Oh, yo, hold on. Before we go any further, y'all gotta hit the likes, y'all gotta hit the comments. You gotta hit the likes, the comments, just so y'all know. I already earned my little $100,000 plaque. I ain't even put up on the wall yet, because I already know the games they play by. But I got my little joint, so, I'm already certified. I know the content is good. I see the comments, but I need y'all to like the joints and hit a comment, even some emojis, say something in it to keep it going, to get it in the algorithm so that we can get this message out. And definitely hit the hype button, all right? Let me get back to this, because we riding right now, right? Now we're gonna talk about when the brain can't breathe. Where else you gonna get this type of content? Y'all better share this so the youngins understand that when the brain can't breathe. Let me break this down, right? The unique Mecca Audio way. When fear hits the body changes. Your heart start beating fast. Your breathing gets short. Your chest get heavy. Your thoughts start jumping. Your eyes start scanning. You stop thinking long term. You stop thinking clearly. You stop thinking about tomorrow. You only think about right now. Which way do I go? Do I go right? Oh my God, I can't believe I just stabbed a young man named Justin on my back, Austin Metcalf. And rest in peace to him again, being that I said his name. That is why young people got to build discipline before the crisis come. Because once panic hits, you may not have enough oxygen in your brain to come up with the wisdom you need to have the unique Mecca Audio. Jewel of the day. You may not have enough oxygen in your brain to come up with the wisdom that you need to get out the situation. You may not have enough calm to make a clean decision. You may not have enough control to save yourself. And that's the tragedy. A person can be smart on a normal day, but when fear, pride, adrenaline, and consequences hit at the same time, that same person can fall apart. That's why character matters. That's why self-control matters. That's why walking away matters. He could have avoided all of these YouTube videos if he would have just walked away. Because you cannot wait until the worst moment of your life to become disciplined, because there's no rewind button. And I gotta give y'all a jewel to discipline, right? Check it out, let's give you a jewel. Unique Mecca Audio jewel. Discipline has to be built before the storm, because panic does not give you time to learn. Now, let's talk about walking away, running away, and freezing. Now, look at the moment. That back and forth. Remember when he was, after he came out the tent, right? I just showed you that, right? The back and forth after he come running, walking, he's slowing down, he's trying to blend in, he's trying to disappear. That's not a master plan. That's panic, glitching. One part of the mind says run, another part says don't look guilty. And another part says act normal. And another part says everybody knows. That's the mental overload. That's the brain trying to escape from a reality that already arrived. And that is what makes this way so heavy. Because you can see the moment where freedom starts slipping away. You can see the confusion, you can see the fear, you can see the panic. And if you understand prison, you can see the cell waiting at the end of the road. And that's why I'm here to tell you, Unique Mecca Audio, don't go down that road. I know you're confused right now, so I'm gonna give you a jewel. Confusion may feel temporary, but the consequences of a confused decision can last a lifetime. Where else you gonna get jewels like this, man? Yo, hold up. Let me do something, man. Let me do something. Y'all hit that like button. Let's wake up. Hit that like button. Let's wake up. Hit that like button. Let's wake up. We ready to ride. We ready to ride. We ready to ride. Bright ideas and all. We ready to ride. Bright ideas and all right now. Right? So we just hit you with the jewel, right? So we're going to take, okay. Remember in the tape, right? We're going to play this tape right here so you can see this right here too. Right? See, this is why I extend this for you.
But hold on. And I'm protecting myself. If somebody is treating the victim, they need to be over there.
This is when he was arrested, Bodycam.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Dispatch 443, I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right, any weapons on you like that? I'll look here.
Copy, I'll be in route.
Help me, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay?
All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm going to break down his mental psyche, what he's going through at this very moment while they clicking the handcuffs on him, because I've been there.
Dispatch 443,
so
everybody can slow down.
All right,
I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs.
We're going to talk about what's going through his mind right now. Where's his mind state? Then they put you to sit on the ground.
You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in.
Come on.
Have them come to the north.
Now, in the joint, you heard him say he did it. Then the police stopped him. And once the police stop you, the running part is over. Once they say he did it, and the police stop you, the running part is over. Now the system has entered the story. The cuffs are coming. The reports are coming. The charges are coming. The courtroom is coming. The prison is coming. And the moment he says, I did it, when he said that out his mouth, that did not sound like street talk to me. That did not sound like somebody trying to be tough. That sounded like a young man emotionally collapsing under the weight of what happened. That's the remorse. Then he talks about the other young man putting his hands on him. Some people hear self-defense. Some people hear it's just an explanation. Some people hear panic. Some people hear hard truth. Once somebody loses their life, your explanation has to stand in front of the law. And the law is cold. Take it from a man that served and survived 26 years in federal prison. You know, this is what Karmelo Anthony is going through right now, sitting on his bunk, holding his head. So we're gonna look at that visual as I take you on a ride for the rest of this, right? We're taking a ride. Now, the law is cold. The law don't care how fast your heart was beating. The law don't care that your brain was overwhelmed, and the law definitely don't care that you wish you could rewind this. But in life, there's no pause or rewind or fast forward button. Well, there is a fast forward. You go fast forward as you want, straight into the cell that I'm trying to prevent you from going in. The law asks one question: what did you do? And the jewel in that, right? Your fear may explain your reaction, but it does not erase the result. Let's talk about the moment young Karmelo got boxed in. Right? I'm gonna tell you what boxed in from a criminal mentality. See, this is what you get over here. Make sure you hit the like button, put the emoji, comment, the hype, do something, get this video out so the youngins can see that this is real, right? We talking about the mental mind state of what he went through at that moment. When those cuffs closed around his wrist, that's not just an arrest. That's the first box. That's the first cuffs. Then the police call. Then the holding cell. These are all boxes. Then the jail close. This way he boxed himself in. Then the indictment. Then the courtroom. Then the verdict. Then the sentence. Then the prison bus. And then back to the cell. Wherever he goes, he'll always be caged. That's boxed in. That is what I mean when I say he got boxed in. He got boxed in. The prison closed for the next 35 years. His body was still outside in the schoolyard, but his future was already being moved into the system. And that's the part young people need to see. The body cam showed police, but I saw prison. The body cam showed handcuffs, but I saw years. The body cam showed panic. I saw regret. The body cam showed the arrest, but I saw the beginning of a 35-year consequence, right? And I know I got to give you a jewel after that. Got to give you a jewel after that. The system does not need a long moment to take your life. Sometimes it only needs one bad decision. Now, let's talk about the two families, because we talking about two families. We talking about Austin Metcalf. You know, my condolences to the family and rest in peace to the young man, and Karmelo Anthony. Two families got sentenced different ways. Let me say this clear. Austin Metcalf lost his life. That's the deepest tragedy. His family has to live with a pain no sentence can repair. No words can fix. No video can explain that away. No argument can bring him back. But on the other side, Karmelo Anthony's family lost him too. Not the same way, not equal pain, but pain still. They lost him to prison. They lost him to decades. They lost him to visitation rooms. They lost him to phone calls. They lost him to mixed birthdays. They lost him to sentence that will grow older with him. That's why I don't celebrate this. This is not a victory lap. This is not entertainment. This is two families living with one moment for the rest of their lives. And the jewel. When violence enters the picture, nobody leaves whole. One family loses life, another loses future. What prison does to the body cam moment, right? Now, let me tell you what prison does. Prison replays everything. It replays the moment. It replays the movement. It replays the crowd. It replays him running. It replays the pointing of the finger. There we go. It replays the cuffs that was clicked on his wrist. He'll never forget the sound of those cuffs closing on his wrist. It replays the words he said out his mouth. I did it. These are all the things that's replaying within the prison, within his mind. And it does that when the cell gets quiet at night doing count, at mail call, on holidays, on birthdays, when your mother leaves visitation, when you hear the doors slam, when you realize the world kept moving without you. That body cam moment will become a mental movie, and prison will press play over and over and over again. That's why I tell the youth, listen to me and listen to me well. Hit that like button, share this, hype this, put an emoji with a comment, keep it moving. But don't make a decision today that your mind has to watch for the next 35 years, like young Karmelo. I'm gonna give you a short jewel, right? This is gonna be a short one. Prison is memory with bars around it. Plain and simple. Prison is memory with bars around it. Now, I'm gonna give a message to the youth, because y'all watching this, right? Y'all sharing it, y'all liking it, y'all do what you gotta do, put the comments, because you gotta put the comments to, let it get in the algorithm. That's why the number's so low. That's why I showed you the plaque, let you know what time it is. I get the numbers, you know what I mean? But they're not pushing this type of content too real for TV, And make sure you cop my book. You wanna know who I am. A roar in Harlem, a roarinharlem.com, like a lion roaring. Now, let me get back to this story, right? This is the message to the youth. Young brothers and sisters, listen to me. This is bigger than Karmelo Anthony. This is bigger than the body cam. This is bigger than the internet debate. This is about self-control. This is about pride. This is about fear. This is about carrying something into an emotional moment that your future cannot survive. You can think you can carry protection. The knife wasn't protection. The knife was the box. That's what boxed them in, that knife. But sometimes what you carry becomes the reason you never come home. You may think you defending yourself, but once somebody dies, the whole world changes. Now, it's not just your version, it's the evidence, it's the witnesses, it's the cameras, it's the prosecutors, it's the jury instructions. Now, it's in prison time, and prison don't care how young you are. Prison don't care how scared you were. Prison don't care what you meant to do. Prison only deals with what happened. End of story. Another short jewel. Got to give you the jewels. Right? Got to give you the jewels. Cash App at the top. Make sure you hit the icon that say it was created in 2020. You want to donate. That's how I upgrade the system, where I can give you these beautiful, diamonds and bells and jewels. Never bring a permanent consequence into a temporary conflict. Put in the comments if you understood what that meant. I'm gonna ask y'all some questions at the end of this, like if I'm your professor. So just sit back and enjoy the ride, all right? Just enjoy the ride. Now, my 26-year warning, right? This is my 26-year warning from the 26 years I spent in federal prison. I served 26 years, so I know what comes after the camera cuts off. I know what the holding cell feels like. I know the chains, I know the boss, I know the intake, I know the strip search, I know the cell door, I know the mattress, I know the silence. I know the regret that shows up at night when nobody's around. That's why I don't watch this like gossip. I watch it like a warning, because I know what happens when a young man finally sits still and the running is over. That's when the mind starts talking. That's when the panic leaves and reality walks in. That's when he starts asking, why didn't I just walk away? Why did I react? Why did I carry it? Why didn't I think? Why did one moment cost me my life? And by then, it's too late, Karmelo. And that's why we're gonna give the jewel. The time to think is before the moment, because after the cuffs close, thinking turns into regret. Now, I'm gonna close out. I know y'all say this old man up here all day, right? Let me get up out of here. So when you watch that body cam, don't just watch the arrest. Watch the panic, watch the confusion, watch the fear, watch the schoolyard turn into a cage. Watch a young man move like he's being hunted by the consequences of his own decision. Watch the breathing, watch the movement. Watch the mind trying to catch up with the body. And ask yourself, is pride worth it? Is anger worth it? Is one confrontation worth 35 years? Because that body cam did not just show Karmelo Anthony getting arrested. It showed the moment his life ended as well. Not physically, but legally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That is the lesson. That's the warning. That's the unique Mecca Audio twist that I'm giving you. And now we got to give you a jewel. Got to give you one. The headline is the tragedy. The lesson is the prevention. Walk away from your whole life becomes evidence. Now, let me ask you the 10 questions, Ron. Let me ask you these questions. Put them in the comments. How we're going to beat the algorithm and get this thing popping. Ron, did Karmelo Anthony look like he was panicking? Put in the comments, did Karmelo Anthony look like he was panicking? Yes, the moment looked like panic and confusion, but panic does not erase responsibility. It only shows how fast one moment can take control of the body. Question 2, right? Why did he run if he believed he was defending himself? Put that in the comment. Why do you think he ran if he believed he was defending himself? Because fear does not always act logical. Sometimes the body runs before the mind understands the legal consequence, and it gets caught up and it's twisted, and now you're sitting in a cage for 35 years. Let's get some jewels going. Let's get some jewels going. Question 3, man. Did he feel trapped in that schoolyard to you? Question 4. Was he being hunted? Do you feel he was being hunted in that schoolyard? Put it in the comment. Now that I'll open your mind up a little bit. Not like an animal, by people. He was being hunted by the moment. Hunted by witnesses, cameras, police, and decisions he could not undo. Question 5, right? What does his life ending also mean? It means his physical life continued, but his freedom, future, youth, peace were taken into the system that very day they put the handcuffs on. Question number 6, right? Was saying I did it remorse or panic to you? Do you think he was remorseful or just panicking when he admitted to the police that he did it? It could have been both. It sounded like emotion coming out before legal strategy. In a crisis, your mouth can speak faster than your mind can protect you. Question 7, does fear excuse what happened? Because he was scared for his life or scared, does it excuse what happened? No, fear may explain the state of mind, but it does not erase the result. A young man lost his life, rest in peace, Austin Metcalf. And the law deals with actions. Question 8, right? What is the biggest lesson for teenagers out this whole situation? And even what you heard here, Unique Mecca Audio today. Do not carry weapons into emotional situations. One argument can turn into a funeral, a courtroom, and a prison sentence leading to a prison cell. Question 9. What did the prison do to that body cam moment? What will prison do to that body cam moment? I just gave you the answers in here. Let's keep it moving. You're in school right now. What will prison do to that body cam moment? Prison will replay it in his mind for years. The running stops, but the memory keeps moving. Right? Let me give you 10, right? I give you 10. All right, this is the 10th question. I'm out of here. What would Unique Mecca Audio tell every young person watching this to you? Put in the comments what you think me, Unique Mecca Audio, would tell every young person watching this, right? What I would tell them is walk away before pride boxes you in. The streets are real, but prison is realer. And one bad moment is not worth your whole life. And that's why I'm gonna give you this jewel, to let you know what time it is, all right? If this story does not teach prevention, then people are only watching pain or entertainment. And now I'm gonna show you why I do what I do. This is my brother, Murder Mook, all right?
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique, you know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, you know, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, you know, if, you know, shit be slow and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and I, like, to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe, and it just took my mind way off of that, way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top Beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. Baby horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the